stuff you're getting on Millennial Nation worldwide, right? We're going to do some other talking about Jim Carrey, right? A lot of people talking about Jim Carrey and at the award show that he was at, and if this guy was an imposter or not. And crazy stuff happening in the world with wars happening again, popping off again, right? Like, I'm not hearing a lot of news, but if you are looking for it, you can find all the news in the world about it, right? And so I'm not going to get too much into it, but I wanted you guys to understand where I come from politically so you guys can understand this millennial's viewpoint on politics, right? Maybe I might touch a little bit on it, but I don't know enough about it to really like be a positive representation of facts, right? Like, I have to go and look up some facts and do some research, you know. But that's going to be at the end, right? We'll save that hard stuff for the end, and then we'll just jump into this Jim Carrey thing real quick, though, you know. All over the place, right? All over the place. I'm seeing Jim Carrey this, Jim Carrey that, right? Started off a couple of days ago. I got a little message from my lovely lady Lauren, and she informed me about like this imposter person who was like being Jim Carrey, right? So I'm like, oh crap, I love Jim Carrey. Let me check this out, see what's going on. Got on the internet, saw some pictures of him, and he looked weird, you know, but like the original pictures that I saw of him at the award show that he was at didn't look as bad as some of the other pictures that I had seen on the internet, right? And now that it's been a few days later, more and more information and news is coming out, you know, more and more stuff is getting revealed, and I'm sticking with what I thought when I originally saw it. I think that really is Jim Carrey. There were certain mannerisms that he had when he was receiving the award over there in France that was just on point with what he normally does, right? And then later on, I heard that like there was some altering with the filters or something, right, on the camera. So it's really hard to tell what's what when you have people doing edits on videos and whatnot. Like, you're not going to find too many edits on this. I'm running this live. Like, even though I'm not live because they won't let me go live yet. Like, the only edits I'm doing is to add pictures into this shit. Everything else is live and uncut, right? Unless I'm cutting it into a short, right? But I'm not taking anything out of the show. But anyways, so yeah, I'm thinking that it's really him, right? Some of the pictures I've seen on the internet, though, I could see how it can be mistaken as an imposter, right? Especially when you have a guy in Alexis Stone, I think is his name, a makeup artist who's taking credit, right? He's taking credit for this, saying, I'm the one who made the mask. Look, I'm here right now. And this and that. So I find that very interesting, you know, to see someone so quickly trying to jump in and say, hey, you know, that was me, you know, like, what was that? Is that just publicity or something? I'm not sure, but I don't think it was this guy in a mask. You know, I think that was really Jim Carrey. I think he's got a lot of surgery that's happened to him. More often than not, when I've seen him with a beard most recently, right? So he's had that big long beard. You wouldn't even really be able to see any of the surgeries that he might have had past like here. So, you know, I'm not sure what he looked like before he chopped off all that hair off his face, you know. And after doing some research, you know, I listened to a couple people, and they, you know, like it started with Jamal, aka Jamal, right? Because he always got some good stuff out there. But he posted a clip of Dr. Youn, Youn, right? And it's at Dr. Doctor Youn, right? Youn. And he's a plastic surgeon, and he was giving his opinion on the amount of surgeries that Jim Carrey might have had based off the pictures that he was reviewing. And it was cool to see someone who was like a professional give their opinion and insight, because it's not just like a random person. This guy's got, I'm not sure how many years, but he's got time in his industry, right? I checked out his page, and he's got all these different videos of all different plastic surgeons and whatnot. You know, go check him out. It's a very interesting page if you're into that, like, celebrity nip tuck lifestyle or whatever. But again, like, I think that it was really, Jim Carrey. When I saw originally on Jamal, aka Jamal, he was talking about how it could have been an imposter. But again, when he had the plastic surgeon come on there and give his opinion, I was like, all right, I'm gonna listen to this right there. So yeah, I think that it was really him. The plastic surgeon thinks that it's really him. And I mean, if you got a doctor, a plastic surgeon, you know, confirming something, I'm sure that's probably legit. There'd be no reason why this Dr. Yoon would be wanting to, you know, I mean, I'm sure he's going to get some extra eyes. He's got my attention. I subscribe to his page, but I mean, ultimately, there's nothing to gain by going out there and just promoting, making up a lie, right? But a makeup artist, I believe, would lie to try and gain publicity and be like, hey, y'all, that was me, right? I don't know. That just seems to be more likely, in my opinion, right? Alexis Stone, makeup artist, though, he says he did it. Show the proof, man. Somebody's got a video out there, right? Hopefully they got a video out there. But whether they do or they don't, I saw all the evidence I needed just by watching his clips and cuts from receiving the award. You know, the voice was there. It just looks like, yeah, he's got a lot of work that he had done to him, you know, and I don't know, these cheeks, right? Like, to keep them permanent like that, I don't know, man, how much you're paying for that stuff. But according to Dr. Yoon, he thinks he's had at least a minimum of 6 to 8 facial surgeries, right? And that's like fat in the cheeks. He thinks he had the rhinoplasty on the nose, like eyebrow pull, and then like other, I don't know. It was interesting to hear his thoughts on it. You should check it out. But on to a little bit more serious stuff, right? Like, this is going to be a shorter video. I just wanted to talk about this war that's happening over there with Iran and Israel and USA and all that stuff. And to be honest, it's not on the radar too much. You know, I'm not hearing emerging